Howdy y'all, Joe Hills here, recording as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee, and I'm so disappointed I got my child's xylophone out so I could recap it for you. It turns out Grian took this prank I made with Cleo and Jevin's help. I mean, we all worked hard on it. I worked hard on all the writing, which, for one thing, Grian didn't read. There were 4 rooms in the whole thing. Each one told people, specifically Impulse, how to be better people. One of the rooms said, don't attempt to murder people. Another one said, don't betray your friends. I thought these are good life lessons for everybody. Grian shows up here, and he decides to trap this prank in such a way that would murder Impulse. Well, I rolled in, and I said no. I got rid of all the lava up here, and I put some new signs in that says Grian didn't help, and, Grian, while he was doing this, says, what Joe Hills doesn't know won't hurt him. Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. It was with a British voice. British. It's hard to be this disappointed and British at the same time. No, wait, that's exactly how British people talk. Let's try this. What Joe Hills doesn't know can't hurt him. Ha ha ha. Well, let me tell you something, Impulse SV. What Joe Hills knows can save your life. Now, the thing is, we can't just let Grian run around lethalizing otherwise child-friendly lessons in how to be better friends, you know? Especially if he's not going to read all the signs that I woke up at 5:30 in the morning to write. I'm sorry, this is my incredulous voice. I don't normally get incredulous during Hermitcraft. This was going to be an episode where I put nice, notes on presents under the Christmas tree. But instead, I have to teach Grian how not to murder his friends, despite having just woken up at 5:30 in the morning yesterday to make an entire room about not murdering people. Grian needs his own special not murdering people space, because apparently he doesn't recognize the not murdering space of others. Incredulous voice, once more. So anyway, I came over here, and I started thinking, you know what Grian needs? He needs signs to read, because apparently he's not going to read the signs I put anywhere else. Better put these signs in his base. So here we go. Oh yeah, I actually numbered these because I figured Grian might not be able to figure out from context clues, because context comes from reading, and reading rhymes with Grian, but it doesn't agree with Grian. So I got the xylophone in front of me, and I'm just going to keep hitting notes like... This week on the Hermitcraft recap, Grian needs to read the signs that I just put in his base. They say, rise and shine, Mr. Grian, rise and shine. Not that I dream to insinuate you've been sleeping on watch. No one is more deserving of a break, and all of the effort in the server would have meant nothing until, well, let's just say your hour has come and Big Ben is chiming. The right player in the wrong place can make all the difference in the server, so wake up, Mr. Grian. Wake up and smell backlashes. Prank war. Prank war never changes. The Romans waged prank war to gather views and likes. Spain built an empire from its love of ad revenue and comments. Sigmund Jähn pretended to lead East Germany for a fake news show for an old lady. But prank war never changes. In the 21st century, prank war was waged over the views that could be acquired. Over time, the spoils of prank war were also its... And then we continue down here, because Grian's base is large. We need to find sign 19. I assume Grian will be able to find sign 19. Weapons. Viewers and commenters. For these resources... Iskall would chicken false, Cleo would replace signage, and the European Commonwealth would murder Rendog and Lava, flown through the air and joyful, then dead, bent on revenge, summoning ghost ships to Earth. In 2018, the blast of prank war had returned. In 2 brief minutes, Grian tried to reduce Impulse SV to cinders, and from his early posting of his video, a whole bunch of people tweeted at Joe Hills, and he would not allow Impulse to burn, as he would rise. Now you might appreciate the relative safety of your large overseas base. Your failure was attempted murder, which was condemned in the first room you saw. You envision safety inside this tall base, sure, above those who would judge your ill intent as a generation laughs at your conversion of a harmless prank into certain death. Oh, that's a zombie. Oh, and I'm dead, too. Well, okay. So, in terms of lessons here, there's probably a lot of good lessons. One of them is, one of them is that I remember when I got that Elytra insurance. Time to cash in on that. Dang it. I was just getting to the punchline of that entire thing. Those are monologues from famous video games. I don't know if you guys care about famous video games, but you can write about them in the YouTube. So I'm telling Cub that I was on the 3rd from the top level, which might only be reachable with wings. Now, I'm about to visit some serious wrath upon this base, but Cubfan here, this is not me dragging him into a prank, okay? I just want to say that. Cubfan is a complete innocent who is trying to be a good friend here, and I appreciate that. Now, I'm sure a lot of you are about to be really mad about what happens to Grian's base next because he failed to learn the lessons of not murdering or betraying your friends, but all of that is about me and Grian, and none of that is about Cub, who is just genuinely a good and helpful person. So I know the Concorp gets a lot of garbage on this server for being terrible people all the time, but sometimes they're nice to me. And that's what's dangerous about terrible people, is when they're nice to you, it's really easy to forgive all the bad things they do or to ignore what they do to others. And that's what we're about to do with Cubfan here. But like, that's okay because this is a video game, but like in real life, if someone's nice to you and terrible to large groups of other people, you should use your critical thinking skills and think very deeply about that in the long term. But also, don't leave mean comments on Cubfan's video for helping me here, because he doesn't realize what he's helping me with. He just knows that I can't get my stuff, and that is bad. Plus, I do have Elytra insurance, so if he provides me with my own Elytra instead of providing me with a new Elytra, that's just profitable for him. That's just good business. So, you know, for those of you guys who don't know, me and Cubfan did a thing. Let's recap it. I think I'm getting better at that. I'm not mixing this in post. I've got a xylophone here. Do you guys want me to play an E? There's an E. You want a different E? There's a more different E. I can't read what the sharps and flats are because I don't have the lights. I guess this is probably a C sharp. Yeah. I don't know actually like music. I paid my brother money to transcribe the Hermitcraft recap music into a way I could play it on the xylophone because he's an actual musician. And if a musician does work for you, you should give them money every time. If an artist does work for you, like a illustrator or whatever, give them money. Honestly, seriously, people who spend years, decades getting good at something, even if it only takes them like 10 minutes or 5 minutes, say, what can I pay you for 5 minutes of your time? Because your time is valuable because you spent years learning this thing that I never learned. Okay? So all I can play on the xylophone at this point is the Hermitcraft recap song. That was an F instead of a G. That's the G. Core concept. I'm just looking at the screen waiting for Cubfan to come back, and I have 2 xylophone mallets. And apparently things are okay. Elytra insurance pays off. Woo, okay. We need to eat some food, by which I mean not just chug lava. Okay, it looks like somehow my golden carrots did not survive. That's fine. Let's just read this final sign. Life in your base is about to change. Now you might be saying, Joe, why would life in this poor fella's base be about to change? Well, let me tell you. If there's one thing I've learned about Grian betraying people... Okay, this is not a good exit to this. Anyway, if there's one thing I've learned about Grian betraying people, it's that he likes to use lava when he does it. And, you know, that's maybe a teaching moment. How do these not light up in such a way? How are mobs spawning up here? Even though there's lights. Like, that just... Okay, so clearly we need to teach Grian a lesson about properly lighting his base. Now, if I'm going to teach somebody a lesson, I like to do it as effectively as possible. Now, one of the things about efficacy is you need to not die while you do it, right? So we're just going to chug this potion of fire resistance here. We're going to look over the side, and we're going to say, this seems like a valid place to help light up the spire. This spire is spawning monsters. These lights aren't working for some reason. There's some sort of light glitch. And then maybe this spire needs a little bit of lava as well, you know? We'll just drop that down there. And, you know what we'll do? We'll go ahead and let's find a place to see how that actually flows. Does that fall out in a way that is visually pleasing? Who can tell? Only people who have a lot of patience, because that's a really tall base. Now, you might say, Joe, how are you going to avoid accidentally falling into that lava later? I don't know, man. I'm going to burn in that lava. But that's the thing about teaching people lessons, is you need to accept that as an educator, there's going to be some pain involved. You know, that's one of the great things about Zombie Cleo. She's not worried about that. Okay, so that lava's taken a while. I was going to try and figure out, like, if that was an optimal placement before I went ahead and placed similar lavas on similar places around his base. But you know what? That's the thing about teaching, is sometimes you can't wait for measurable results before you start just, like, I don't know, assuming things about, like, your data. Like, let's just assume our data was good, right? That data seemed fine to me. Okay, yeah, this is why I put the, enchanting on. Oh, that's the one with the creeper on it. See? I put lava up there, and there's still a creeper up there waiting to kill people. That seems really bad. Just, like, think about that for a second, guys. That thing is covered in lava, and there's a creeper on top of it. Clearly, Grian needs help with light and education, and I'm going to have to be his teacher, because even though Zombie Cleo is a real teacher, she didn't stop him from attempted murdering or betraying anybody. Nope, too low. There we go. Good, good, good. Okay, so, man, I'm running low on fireworks. These are really hard buildings to land on top of because they're very short. This one isn't even fancy like the other ones. Hold on. Look at this, you guys. This one's just flat and ugly. Grian worked really hard on all the other ones, and he just gave up on this one. He's like, this is the lazy one. Okay, remember the part where we drank the fire-breathing potion? Yep, that's why. This building is too tall to prank with lava in a rapid-fire manner. It's a slow-fire building. Which, I mean, granted, that's in real life why they put firewalls on buildings. Cubfan, I died again. I don't even... Oh, at a certain point, I just need to accept, responsibility for this. But not yet, because I got Elytra insurance. Oh, man. That Elytra insurance is good insurance. Keep dying over and over again, and Cubfan has to keep getting my stuff because of the Elytra insurance deal. It's cheaper for him to rescue all of my inventory from off the top of Grian's base where I accidentally fall damaged myself to death than to make me a new Elytra. So now that I've died and come back, I don't exactly have, or therefore I lack, such fire potions as might make this next phase easier. Or a little bit breezier. But you know, man, this lava just takes forever. I guess I really need to keep these chunks loaded anyway, just to kind of get the prank done. But like, I was thinking, maybe I really need to come back in here. Wow, I'm so glad I didn't die. That would be really embarrassing for me and inconvenient for Cubfan, who I will keep asking for help over and over, because why not? But yeah, we just really need to have... Why is there a spider up there? I lit this with lava. This was lit with lava, spider. How do you not understand that you are not supposed to be there? I don't... there's some sort of weird lighting glitch here. Oh, is it because we're at the height limit? Oh. Well, then that means I was going to try to obfuscate the exact location of these source blocks by putting additional blocks up here. Well, no. It wasted my lava. I mean, I'm not going to go back and get more lava now. I mean, that much is obvious, but, you know, that's inconvenient at best. Well, okay. So now that we know that we can't place lava up there, it seems like placing lava kind of partially on this disc in kind of triumvirate positions. Like, I'm thinking like right here would be a good one, because mobs keep spawning up here. I was trying to write these signs, and mobs would just not let up, you know? And this is really, I'm doing Grian a service. You guys are going to be like, Joe, the service you're doing Grian is a really mean one. I'm like, yeah, but it's a public service. This whole place is a death trap. I keep dying up here. Mobs keep spawning up here. We just need to surround this place with enough light that he doesn't have to deal with these sorts of problems in the future. You know, what if he wants to come up here and read these signs? I don't want him being distracted by all the mobs that are going to try and kill him because he didn't light his own base. You know? That's not a good use of the incredulous voice. See, I like how this one's spread out. Is there a good place for us to just go admire this from? Let's just go admire this from over here. These look like nice, peaceful islands. I come to these Scar Islands all the time because I'm like, oh, maybe the Jingler's here, or maybe there are Grian heads here. But you know, maybe the thing that Scar created that's most valuable is a place to just sit back and watch the madness.
Who's the guy who can conquer death? That's Joe Hills. He plays for Nashville when he plays Minecraft. That's Joe Hills. That's Joe Hills.
Well, it appears the entirety of his base is, you know, now surrounded with lava, precisely as I intended. You guys might say, Joe, how could you turn this pleasant base into a terrible death trap? This whole base was already a death trap. This was not a safe place to be. I died so many times just trying to fly around here, you guys. This is fine, you know, and you guys might say, Joe, this is a lazy prank. How could you be so lazy? Grian's not lazy. I worked for 2 hours. I woke up at 5:30 in the morning to work on those signs. Grian didn't read those signs, and then he put a bucket of lava. 1 bucket of lava at the end of my prank, along with like a few stone blocks. A few stone blocks? No. That's not a prank, okay? This isn't a prank either. This is an object lesson in the importance of not turning things lethal that were not meant to be lethal. I'm sorry, I'm tripping over my words. I am not normally... When I make videos, I try to do them from a place of love and joy. And at this point, I'm kind of in a place of wrath, but I'm trying to make it a place of education and healing. So, you know, Grian, please be educated and healed with this burning, cleansing flame. Because otherwise, I don't know what I can do for you, man. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. It makes me so upset when I try to do something that is helpful. You know, Cleo is somebody, she's a great person. Okay, let's just talk about Cleo for a second. She's a great person. But she doesn't perceive herself as a helpful person. And I genuinely believe she's an educator. She is a helpful person. She can help people. She can make lives better, but she can't see it. And it maddens me. And I saw an opportunity to help Cleo make Impulse's life better. To help Cleo teach Impulse that he can be a better person. And then Grian rolls up and says, no, Cleo, let's just make this worse. And let's not tell anybody. That deeply upsets me, you know? That's the third room. That's the betrayal. And I don't know. I'm just over here just a man with a bunch of xylophone mallets. Dang it. I really should have practiced this in advance. But anyway, thank you to my brother Sean Hills for helping me transcode that, or transcribe, I don't know. Turn that music into xylophone music. And thank you to Cubfan for helping me out, helping me cash in my Elytra insurance. Once again, Cubfan had nothing to do with filling the space with lava, except helping me get lava buckets several times that I lost of my own accord. But yeah, this place is a death trap. It was already a death trap. I didn't make this place worse. I just called attention to what was already wrong with it. That's all I'm trying to do, Grian. Grian, you seem like a really friendly guy, okay? You seem like a cool guy. I've really liked that headhunt thing you put together. You seem like you're capable of great things. Great things, Grian. But sometimes, when you disappoint your friends need to tell you. That's what I'm trying to do here, Grian. I'm trying to tell you that you can be better. This base can also be better. And also, don't take non-lethal things I make and spread your lethality to them. I take that as a personal affront. And I don't know if you know this, but I don't enjoy being personally affronted. Pro tip, no one enjoys being personally affronted. So, I don't know, maybe try to do that a little bit better, Grian. Just aspire to be a little bit better, which you would know more about if you had read any of those signs that I spent 2 hours writing. Now, this is not about you just not reading any of the signs I wrote, but, this is 80 to 86% about that. The other 14 to 20% is legitimately about you making my thing murderous. It should... If it's a life lesson, it shouldn't be a death trap. Okay, I feel like I'm repeating myself. I'm recapping myself. So anyway, until next time, y'all. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I didn't tell you who we were going to Hermitcraft recap leave comments on. Because they do that. What do they call that? Recap tag. I didn't tell you who we were going to... That's not a British voice. How does Lloyd talk? Or is that Pixel Riffs? I should know the difference between the two of them. That's a thing people should know. Let's assume I'm being a clown here and I genuinely do know the difference between Sloy and Pixel Riffs. But anyway, if I was going to talk like them, I'd be like, well, we should Hermitcraft recap tag the Grian. They don't betray friends, Grian, on Grian channel. That's my best Zloy or Pixel Riffs impression. Until next... Oh, wait, no. I was going to say we're almost done, but I have a poem here because this episode was mid-roll ad-free thanks to a Patreon donation from Shay Snail 413. And in lieu of that mid-roll ad, I have a haiku that I wrote that I will now share with you. Don't attempt murder. Betraying friends? Also bad. What did I expect? Until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring.